Praise be to Jesus. Hi again, everyone. Charles here with you, back with you here pretty quickly. Well, I'm going to read to you another news story that I posted something about this before. Maybe some who see this story didn't see the last one or whatever, but it's an important story. Although it's a local story, you know, it's about what's happened in Buffalo, New York. So I'm going to read that to you in a minute. But first, I have a short announcement. I feel like God is leading me to stop posting the prayers at the end of the news story. And for those of you who want the prayers, I explained to you how to find them. So again, you could just go to here. I'll explain it again real quick. If you're at a post, look right below the picture to the name of this of the channel, and click on the channel name. That will take you to the main channel page, and then scroll down just a little bit and you'll see some playlists there, and one of them says prayers, and the 6 prayers that I've been posting will be there, so you can pray those as you will. What I am going to do is I'm going to give you at the end of the news story a word, which I believe is from God. I'm not going to tell you where it came from, who the person is, or nothing. I'm just going to give you the word, and if it strikes a chord with you, fine. If it doesn't, fine. And I'm going to read it to you so that those of you who don't, who use phones, you probably wouldn't be able to read it, or at least not very clearly, it doesn't seem to me. So I'll just go ahead and read you the word. Now, how long I'm going to do this, I have no idea. Things change from day to day. All right, so let me get to this news story here. The former Diocese of Buffalo employee who leaked internal diocesan documents to the press wrote in an op-ed Sunday that she shared the documents out of love for the survivors, my diocese, my community, and my church. What I was witnessing boggled my mind, broke my heart, and burdened my soul. My conscience felt as though it were in a vice that was tightening at an alarming rate. C.O. Bon O'Connor wrote November 4th in the Buffalo News. O'Connor wrote that while she was executive assistant to Buffalo Bishop Richard Malone, she would often feel calls from survivors of sexual abuse. After hearing survivors' accounts of the abuse they suffered and the trauma they are still enduring, I was overcome with the desire to assist them with more than a sympathetic ear and the promise of prayer. Some of the documents O'Connor leaked suggest that Malone worked with diocesan lawyers to avoid releasing publicly the names of some diocesan priests accused of misconduct. Ultimately, the diocese culled down a list of over 100 clergy accused of criminal, abusive, or inappropriate behavior to a final publicly released list of just 42, the documents show. O'Connor wrote that she was approached in late July by local reporter Charlie Spetch from WKBW Channel 7. The local news station published an exhaustive investigative report August 22nd, 23rd, citing documents leaked by O'Connor, indicating that Malone allowed priests to stay in ministry despite multiple allegations against them. O'Connor revealed her identity in the week leading up to her October 28th interview on CBS's 60 Minutes. She said in her op-ed that she loved working for the diocese and previously held the bishop in the highest esteem, as emails released by the diocese October 30th showed. As I have stated publicly, I bear no ill will towards Bishop Malone. Indeed, I still care about him, and I pray for him with a sincere heart, she wrote. Malone said in a November 2nd interview on local radio station WBEN that he believed no laws were broken when the documents were leaked, and that he trusted O'Connor followed her conscience in doing what she did. O'Connor thanked the diocese's many wonderful priests and deacons who have suffered deeply throughout these long months for their faithful fortitude, and expressed her wish to work with them to rebuild our local church with courage and charity. She concluded by imploring Malone to live out his Episcopal motto, "Live the truth in love," while she reiterated her call for his resignation. "Be truthful with us, Bishop Malone. Put an end to this toxic secrecy and painful silence," she wrote. "And if you love us, begin the process of allowing new Episcopal leadership to come to our diocese." Well, this is, what she's doing is pretty much what my last post said when I was reading Monsignor Pope's letter, which is basically aimed at all the bishops in the United States who will be meeting here in a couple of weeks, or maybe it's next week. It's coming up pretty quick, though. She's basically saying she's not saying everything Monsignor Pope said, but, on this point of hers here, this is what he's asking, come forward and be honest and, as they say, man up here, and take what's coming to you. So there's more to the article here, but I'm not going to read any more of it. You get the idea of what's going on. All right, so I'm gonna give you a word now, and we'll talk to you later. Bye. "I'm leading you," the Lord began. "I'm leading you on the path that will set you free from the fetters of the past. I have heard your cry to live this supernatural life, and I am, in your hearing, answering that prayer. That is why things have been so treacherous and difficult for you when you count on men. I am teaching you by example only to lean on me. Dance on the waters with me, my bride, and leave the world of men's devices behind. I know you long for this, because I put that longing in your heart where I dwell. My heartbeat is synchronized with yours. Only when you step out of that synchronization do you find yourself in a quandary. Rest in the fact that I have promised to provide for you in all circumstances. Let your own agendas be carried away in my purifying waters." And that's today's message.